All right, all right, all right. We are live. I'm pretty sure you guys can hear me. So let's do a quick check. If you can hear me, go ahead and give me a thumbs up or yes, you can hear me. All right, good to go. Okay, so as you know, the calls will be here. Um, the only call that won't be here is the health call. That's going to be on free conference call because it's easier for some of us to find it and make it to that call because it's the old call number and information that most of you already have. Okay, so I just wanted to get that out and make sure everybody's on the same page. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hopefully, this is going to be an easier venue for all of us to meet up on and get this information across. So, there's a good bit of information that I need to go over simply because this is a one-way call. Okay, it's not like our normal stuff where it's eaten up with other things. Um, kind of happy for that, but sad in the same way because there's no Q&A. So with that being said, we're going to have to work something out for Q&A on a different day and time where these questions, if there are any, can be addressed, or I will try my best to address them when the time comes in here during the chat or in the chat. Um, so let's start with the updates. And then there's a lot of things that I need to cover for all of you and new people. There's some new individuals coming to us from India, um, old but new. They haven't been around, but I'm glad that the information is still valid to them to want to participate. And I'm seeing some new countries come back on board, and that's due to some of our internationals that are talking to their friends and family, and some of our domestics that have friends and family outside. I want to be the first one to thank you for reintroducing what we have to them so that we can all participate and do our best for each other. So let's go over some of the updates. The first update talked to the programmer today. As a matter of fact, an hour ago, literally. We were on the phone going over each one of the steps um, to get more identification, more information, and instructions for each of those steps. Now, again, there's 12 of them. So 12 steps, and each one needs to be described. So that's my homework. He gave me homework this morning or this evening. With that conversation that we had, each one of those steps is going to be broke down and given the opportunity to explain itself. It is going to have three different variations depending on what you choose or what direction you go in each one of the steps. Okay, so as I've already said, you're going to have access to a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. You're going to have access to big box stores. You're going to have access to entrepreneur products. You're going to have access to health training by yours truly. And there's a few other individuals that have products that have passed the test to be part of a Promise Delivered's offerings. Now, it also will give you the opportunity to express yourself. So there's a lot of different things that you will be able to do with this platform that you probably wouldn't have access to elsewhere. Now, understand two things. Number one, the whole idea of this platform is to unite the entire world, not just 10 or 20 people, not 50 or 60 people or 100 people, the entire world. A Promise Delivered is a platform that is designed to eradicate poverty by nation. but that, of course, will be part of it, but by nations. If each country, people uh, join A Promise Delivered and understand the steps, understand the information that's going to be shared with them, and they follow those steps, then people here, people there, everywhere around this entire globe will be participating together in a system designed to assist people, not take advantage, not hurt, not disinformation bound them with, and all sorts of things like that. It's all about having an opportunity that you can trust, number one. Number two, that you would feel comfortable introducing your family to it. And number three, one that you can count on to make sure that your household is intact. Now, that means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. Some is just having something to eat, is having the house in order. Some having a certain bill paid that they could never stretch their check to do. So the objective is to make sure that each and every participant has that opportunity, not because of where they landed or when they came in or how many people they know and all that. There's none of that. There's no referral bonuses. Okay, this is not that type of program. It's not that type of platform. There's no incentive to bring in all these people that have no idea of why they're even being put into a system. So, again, the whole objective is to have people come into a system and get a familiarity of family. The word family means something to me. And the reason why I use that word is because it cuts through the barriers of some people that probably don't have a family or never really had the opportunity to experience a loving family. Okay, so family, the word family to me means everything that it is. It is a group of people that is looking out for your best interests at heart. It is a collective of people that you don't know or don't even speak your language, but have your best interests in their heart. Okay, family is about someone who takes care of those who don't have. Okay, so if you get my point, it's about family. It's not about money. It's not about being on top. It's not about being in a system that only looks at the people at the top of it. Mine is not designed like that. The first person is last and the last person is first. Simple. Okay. Our system is built and designed to make sure that it is fairly easy. Unfortunately, the way technology is, it's not going to be just a cookie cutter, cut and dry, you know, just do this. Okay. It's not that either. Okay. It's going to be a little bit more entailed. So we have opted to install tutorials all the way through the back office. Okay. There's going to be a video that explains what a promise delivered is at the very beginning of it. There is going to be a checks and balance for each and every person that enters a promise delivered. You can't just go to a www, click join, and that's it. Nope, not here. This is not that type of platform. So there are some requirements, and those requirements are simple: be teachable, okay? Because we are going into a whole new era of finances. We are going into a new system of finances. A lot of that finance system is digital. A lot of people don't believe that. They think that, oh no, we're still going to have, this stuff. We're still going to, be able to go to the corner and go to the bank and do things of that nature. You would have to be. really naive to think that. Ever since our existence, there's been evolution of transaction. Evolution of transaction is very simple. It started out with one thing, led to the next, led to the next, and this got updated, that got updated. Now we're doing this. The new era, if you are participating with a promise delivered, the new era is to have the ability to use digital, to understand digital, to understand wallets, to understand cold storage, to understand how to move said digital currencies. Okay, it's all about an understanding. And a promise delivered is going to be no different. As a matter of fact, the software is set up to switch with the rest of the system when it switches. Okay, it is designed and set up for you to learn how to use digital representation. A lot of these words are going to sound weird to you, or what does that mean? Digital representation. I'm going to hold up this piece of paper. This piece of paper has a name, US dollar. If you look on the digital platforms, such as the exchange networks out there, you will see a call sign or a um, acronym USDT. Okay, that's this in a digital representation. So when you look at that and the way you use it is through a wallet, an exchange, the blockchain, and or a cold storage wallet. It is used to take one thing and move to the next. In the very near future, certain representations are going to be used as a payment source. As a matter of fact, Elon Musk, look him up. Look at what he is bringing out and already started. I won't give anything else but that name. Look at what he brought out. Okay, so we have to understand it's happening around us. So it's time to move into it. I would highly, highly recommend that you stay in touch with the family. If you are not part of the subscription to the blast, if you're not receiving the email with information updates such as this call was sent out on, you want to get in contact with myself. You can either leave a message here, or if you are receiving the updates and blast, there is a chat stream that you can join. Thanks to Rhonda and company, Margaret. Those two ladies are available to help answer questions. They will not go into detail of how things work, so do not ask. But that chat room is made was made available for those who need information. So if you are not already signed up, Rhonda, if you would put that link into the chat, or Margaret, whichever is here and can do so. For those who may be watching this stream and don't have access, I'm not going to put my phone number out on this platform because it's public. Okay, so those of you that have my information, do not put it in any of these chats because, like I said, this is being seen around the world as we speak. Okay, I told you at the very beginning or somewhere along that timeline that when a promise delivered launches, it's going to be international. That's why we moved to YouTube, so that this YouTube channel, when it goes into countries that don't speak English, all they have to do is click captions, and now everything that I'm saying will come up in their language on the screen, so they won't be left out. There's a reason for everything. We've evolved from, like I said, free conference call, went to Zoom. Now we're on an international platform, YouTube. It's everywhere. Okay. The next move is networks, where we have an individual time slot, a real time slot, real commercial, real setup. That's the journey. That is the evolution of this very first call. And if you're just seeing this call, welcome. My name is Montavo Lewis. I'm the leader of A Promise Delivered. I am the co host to this call. The host is A Promise Delivered. This call is being done for that platform. I'm going to refer to another opportunity, but I'm only going to refer to it as our team, which is called Team Royal. Those of you that already know what it is, or if you've looked at some of the videos on this channel, you will know what that is, but I cannot use their name on a live stream. Okay. So a commercial or a video is different. You have to get permission to use other companies' names. So we'll refer to it as Team Royal. So A Promise Delivered is partnered up with them, and each individual will have the opportunity to participate with both platforms, with three more coming. Three. Okay, so there's a lot coming. This is the very beginning of it. And as I said, the programmer and I spoke today as the 11th, and finalization of the screens, the back office, what things say, the tutorials. That's what's being done right now. The first part was software, making sure the software would actually hold up, making sure the software would do what it's supposed to do when the time came, um, making sure the big box companies know who we are and what we plan on doing with them, the partnerships. All that is done. That's all done. Now, the final parts, like I said, is making it look good. The back office, the tutorial videos that you're going to see at every location back there. Um, I have a lot of recommendations, which I'm going to go through in just a minute, but I just want to get all the updates out before I go into that. I have to stay on track. So, the back offices, there's three of those, are being updated. Some information I have to rewrite so that it makes sense and shorten it a little bit for the sake of when the site goes international. I don't, I'm pretty sure it will convert to every country because it's being attached to Google, and Google does have Google Translate. When we go to the network, that's something different. It's actually going to do all the conversion for them. They don't have to click on anything. They don't have to have certain software on their browser to hear what's being said. It'll all be built in. Okay, so like I said, the back offices are being cleaned up. A lot of information is being put in the documentation that you got a chance to read. There, a couple of them have already been mailed back to me. I cannot accept those. Okay, number one, it was never requested to be sent back. It was sent out so you could read it, so you could understand what you're going to see on the website. It will be done on the website and electronically signed. Okay. Um, some of those documentations are going to have their own set of instructions, like the death certificate, not certificate, but the death agreement, the um, refund policy. All those things can be electronically signed. Now, I want to get into the entity thing, and I want to cover a few things for those of you that are deciding or thinking about putting your company in. The first thing and the most important thing, you can only have one position. Let me say that again for those who did not just hear what I said. You can only have one position, period. Either a human position, such as yourself, or an entity. But even if you put the entity in, you have to fill out the pledge form with your personal information. Why am I doing that? Simple, because people get distracted or greedy or whatever the word is and start doing things unscrupulously, sometimes on purpose, trying to beat the system. There's no need for that. You will find out once you are a member of a promise delivered and what is being offered to you, you will know that you won't need more than one without question. Number two, you will also have the ability and the understanding that each position that is managed or put through is going to be attached to something, either you or a EIN, either social, if you don't have social security number in your country or wherever you're at, whatever identifies you. It's called a KYC. Yes, a promise delivered will have a KYC document attached to it and other legal documents that have to be signed. There are no exceptions. The other thing that I'm going to advise here and now that I have spent a very good part of my life bringing this platform to fruition. And as most, if not all, of family members that have run alongside and with me to get this platform launched know the next words that are going to come out of my mouth. And I need to make sure anybody and everybody that participates understand the next words that I'm going to say. And I need you to know that I'm 1000% serious. I will protect a promise delivered to the last breath of my life. It will not be manipulated for any nefarious ideas, reasons, or issues. Each and every participant will sign all documents associated with the participation in a promise delivered. This is my life's work. I will not allow it to be destroyed because either a person did not choose to read the instructions or chose not to adhere to what you will sign. Bringing me to the next point. Everything that you sign gives a promise delivered the full right and authority to prosecute to the highest level of the law. Now, why am I saying all this? To get a point across to everyone and anyone that's going to participate with us. As I said at the very beginning of the call, a promise delivered is designed to eradicate poverty. Poverty. Okay. Too many of us have already experienced poverty for far too long. This system is going to break all that up. It's going to break that up for everybody, not just the people at the top, not just the certain people that know everybody on the planet. Everybody equally. See, I have been in the internet platform arena for almost 20 years. It was very difficult to find something that was fair. As a matter of fact, I wasn't able to find one. That's why we created it. It's called a promise delivered. So, am I going to allow someone to come in, ignore all the requirements, ignore all of the uh, basic rules of this platform and just walk all over it and destroy it? Absolutely not. I don't care who. I have a very strict attorney to make sure that I did all the stuff that I was supposed to do right. So none of you, I don't care what, will be hurt in the process of participating with the promise delivered. There are certain rules and laws in place to protect citizens from malicious software, malicious programs, and all this other stuff. My attorney made sure I passed on all of those things with an A plus, and I passed. The system passed. The process of the system passed. Patent pending on all such. So a lot of resources have gone into this, a lot of energy and a lot of love from all the people on this call right now stand behind this opportunity in this platform. So that's why I tell you, even if you're brand new to the family, you're still a family member. The second you come in, sign documents, or come on a call, or participate in what we're doing, you the extension of the hug of a family member is extended to you. Unless you got a cold, then you got to get away. Just kidding. But no, get away. But my point here is from day one, your family. But the second you step out of that and go into something else, then that's the way you'll be treated. And I'm just wanting everyone to know day one, before it even launches, which is not far off, I want it known that a promise delivered will prosecute. And the words, I didn't know, do not suffice. Okay, so the documentation on the website, when you're invited to go to it, will explain itself. Read it, take your time, and fill out each box and check it twice. There's a reason I'm asking for these things. I need you to know as much as I do about the rules of engagement with the promise delivered. Okay, I need those rules followed. Period. All right, I'm going to move on. And the final part of that is once you complete all the documents and you have sent back what's needed, some of these documents need to be notarized. On the website, there will be a notary that has its own price. And when I talk about prices, I'm going to talk about all the prices in just a minute. What does it take to participate and all that good stuff? When the price is put up, it is not something that I created. That's what that company charges. And it's $25 to have something electronically notarized. And I will accept an electronically notarized document from that company. Okay, it's going to go on the website, on my website. That's the only one that's approved. The only one. The rest will be done at a proper notary, put into an envelope, and the address will be given when I have it to give. It's not coming to my house. It's going to go to the company address. There will be a real company. Please understand that. There is a real company. There will be a real address for it. It's not here. Okay? Those documents are going to go to the actual company. Now let's talk about prices. Let's talk about what does it cost to participate with a promise delivered. Number one, please note that these prices and the entry is not going to change. There's no exceptions. There are certain numbers and values put to certain things for the very reason of the word behind it. So let's start with the entry to a promise delivered is $175. That will be accepted US dollar, cryptocurrency, no checks, no money orders. It has to be one or the other. There is a $25 admin fee the first time you come through. No getting around it. So if you put it all together and you're a brand new person and you say, well, I like what I'm hearing so far and I want to participate, how do I do that? There will be s- I guess you want to call it a splash page that will not be the website. It will just be a splash page that'll have all the instructions on it. That will be live across, it'll be a www. Won't be a website, it's a splash page. And we'll refer everyone to it. Okay, so when you get there, whatever you need to know will be there. So that means the entry price, the where you go, what forms to fill out, how you send in the admin fee, all of that good stuff. It'll all be there. So once we have that and that's being worked on, also as we speak, I turned it in today. There's a brand new form that's going to be set up that's actually going to put people, there's a secondary form that's going to put people that join us onto the blast list. So on that splash page itself, we'll have all the information for Promise Delivered Team Royal /Team Royal, just like the title of this video. And then it's going to have all the instructions and two forms to fill out. One is going to put that individual in the loop to go into the system. The other form is going to put you onto the blast list, which is a newsletter from a Promise Delivered Team Royal. So when things come up, you'll be able to click on it and get the information you need, or you will get an email from that system, vertical response. The title that you will see is a promise delivered. A promise delivered. Whitelist that video or that email so that when it comes, it'll go to your inbox. If it goes to spam the first time, and it probably will because it'll have links in it, it'll have videos sometimes because I plan on uploading other videos of other things that are not pertaining to this. When I put videos in there and it comes to your inbox or to your email, it may go to spam because it might have multiple links. It'll automatically put it in spam. So if you go find it in spam, click on that email just on the outside box. If it's Gmail, please, everybody get a Gmail account so you get the emails. Put a check in the box, and up at the top of Gmail, you'll see not spam, move to inbox. When you click that, it'll send it to inbox. And anytime I send an email to you, that's called whitelisting. It'll go to the inbox and not to spam. So make sure you do that. What other prices or what other obligations are a part of a promise delivered Team Royal? None. You're only going to spend that amount one time throughout your entire participation in a promise delivered. Why did I do that? Because so many other programs want you to spend money here, go into the system, spend money again. Once you're in the system a little further, spend some more money out of pocket. And then when you get to the other end of it, spend some more money. That to me slows down the process of eradicating poverty. Now, I do agree with admin fees and fees alike, but they should only happen one time. Why? Because everybody that's coming through the front door is paying the admin fee. What does the admin fee take care of? For real, it takes care of subscriptions of the company. It takes care of any upgrades and payments to programmers. It takes care of individuals that may or may not have the funds to join. It takes care of any of the business of a promise delivered, checks, uh, mostly subscriptions. What I found out by participating with the production and combing it all together, the different subscriptions that a software needs to be produced is crazy. Now I see why it costs so much to get software done. Because one certain thing may need a subscription from the company that makes that thing do what it does. Let's say you need five different things to make one thing happen. That's five different subscriptions that software is required to operate or to move. So that's what the admin fee is covering. A lot of people think, "Oh, well, you're charging 175 to get in. Why do we have to pay $25 to an admin?" That's why. All companies have an overhead. They have bills to pay. If it's set up like most Ponzi's and most um, pyramids, then yes, all those funds, the top positions would get all the monies, then yeah, it could do all that stuff and much more and leave you penniless. That's not what I designed. That's not the design of a promise delivered. So it requires assistance like most companies. Take for instance, I don't know, Amazon. Do they produce all of the stuff that you buy on Amazon? Absolutely not. All they do is bring it to one location and then send it to you. All these other companies are producing and creating the things that are in those boxes. All Amazon does is drop ship, but they have bills to pay. They have to pay this company for sending the shoes. They have to pay this company for sending the shirts. They have to pay this company and so on and so forth. It's built into the price that you pay. Trust me, you're paying admin fees. So let's not get it disturbed or thinking that, oh, he put the $25 on there so he can go fishing. No, it's on there so that the lights stay on at a promise delivered. So you can continue to progress through it, to receive from it, to be a participant in it. If it can't pay its bills, it doesn't exist. I could have very easily made everything go to a promise delivered and less to you. Then what would I be? Everything else on the internet. That's not a promise delivered. Okay, so that's enough on the fees. That's pretty much where we're at. Remember, there are 12 steps. Each step is different. Let's go through that. Step 1 through 3 is a bonus to you. It is basically your rewards for participating. It is a way to set yourself up and get things taken care of as far as bills or what have you, and that sort of thing. If you need to eat, those sorts of things. Step 4, please pay attention to step 4. Everyone, regardless of what was said prior to tonight, is going to participate in the Team Royal voucher system twice. Now, for those who are not part of Team Royal, You can use both of them. If you are a participant that's already with Team Royal, you can only use one of the two that's going to be taken. That second one is going to go into the bread basket. And these things will be explained on the website. Everyone, everyone is going to participate in the Team Royal voucher system. It's step 4. Step 5 through 12 is cryptocurrency and or digital representation of such. What does that mean? What is he talking about? As I just said, the evolution of finances is changing before your very eyes. It will also have products at certain levels for certain amounts. You can choose between the two. You will have vouchers to different big box companies with discounts. But what I'm trying to do in my idea of a promise delivered, like I said before, is to give the average person the opportunity to use all of the avenues of finance, to have the ability to participate in systems that put finances in hand daily, both hands. When you see the descriptions of each of these steps, which I like to call them classes, since I started out teaching or trying to be a teacher, I figured why not continue all the way through and just make it a 12th grade system. What happens on the 12th grade? In the 12th grade, you graduate, right? So know that you're going to see some familiar things when it comes to grades. It's going to make it easier and more acceptable, I think, and right along the lines of what I have seamlessly done, which is become a teacher. Something that I know all of us was like, there's no way I'm going to be a teacher. If you show somebody how to change a spark plug, you're a teacher. It's in us to teach, it is in us to learn. I pray that you all learn from what is being dispensed to you. Each step is going to have a product attached to it. One of them you are looking at right next to me. See that red book? That's going to be a product from yours truly. And it has a price tag, just like anything else. Know that all of the information that you will get is going to cover pretty much everything you need to do. And from that, all you really have to do is follow the rules. Don't come up with some new idea of how you think things should work in that back office, because I can assure you of two things. Number one, if you start a problem, you will be handled like a problem, plucked out of the system. Plucked out of the system. So I say that because I do not believe that there's anybody on this call that is a master programmer. Because if so, then you would have a program already. You would have some kind of software somewhere already. The gentleman that has created our software is immaculate. Yes, I will accept ideas and requests, but if you become a problem about it, you will be removed. I will have both of my hands full. both hands will be full. I know for a fact that what A Promise Delivered is going to do for each and every one of you is well worth the wait. Well worth, especially what Team Royal is going to do for you. Now, like I said, there's three more coming. All three of them are cryptocurrency based. So if you're new to the family, or if you're not, you want to start learning cryptocurrency. Not all of them, because all of them won't hang around. Devices that are attached to said things, such as wallets, digital wallets. I plan on having at least four different kinds of wallet: air gap, Bluetooth, USB, and whatever the other one is, just so I can understand how they work and then share that with you. Do you have to go out and get all four that I do? No. Pick one of the ones that we discuss and go with it, or two. The more you know about this evolution, the easier it is for you to maneuver through it. The next item is cold storage. Now, I go through this in great detail on the adult crypto class. If you want to hear more about it, you should have the call schedule that was sent out 30 minutes prior. All right. I had decided to keep these calls at 45 minutes. We're at 47. There's a lot more information, but I'm going to keep them at 45 minutes. Now, questions and how we are going to handle questions is going to be thought about and made a decision. I'll let you know through either the blast or on the chat. Okay. So, with that being said, I want to be the first to thank all of you that came. Please subscribe to this channel because this is where I'm going to do all the calls. Subscribe, like, hit the bell for notifications, whatever all that stuff you got to do. Click the like button. It would be nice. It's okay. Click the like button. No, there's no money involved, but it would be nice to know that you like this style, this direction that we've gone into. All right. So the next call won't be until next Saturday, or next Monday will be the next call because I have to work Saturday and Sunday for someone who is going out of town for the Christmas break, or there's something happening for a Christmas thing. I don't know. But I have to work this weekend, which is the actual um, next set of calls. So the next set of call that will come up will be next Monday. And then that following weekend, we'll get back to Kids Corner, adult crypto class. And then Saturday at 8 o'clock is the health call on free conference call, which all that information is already on you or in your inbox. And you should be able to get updated there. All right. So I want to thank everybody for coming. I hope this was enjoyable. If it wasn't, please let me know and we'll make, the necessary changes. I would like not to change anymore so we can get um, stable somewhere and stay there. But I like YouTube because, like I said, it's going to make our conversation international without issue and closed captioned. Okay, that's important, especially for what we're doing. Team Royal, I don't know how soon it will be international, but I'm working on it. As I said, we have the individual that's creating the product for them. So we'll be first one with it. You have no idea what that's going to do for you. But anyway, thank you. I appreciate you all, and we will see you on the next call. Take care.